Today, 11 Alive is out in the community for our 35th annual Canathon drive. The goal is to help put food on the table for thousands of families in need across the metro area. Let's go back out to Georgia State, where Sheba and Chesley are right now waiting for all of your donations. Are people pouring out to you guys yet?
It doesn't start just yet.
Yeah, no, it starts now, 5 o'clock.
Doesn't
5
start.
O'clock, yeah. 5 o'clock. You can
Well, you know what?
Come on down.
This is what the people are dropping off. Chesley and I, we're dropping off the cans out here. We have some chicken with rice soup, and we also have some kidney beans. And
with Georgia and Auburn facing off in the SEC championship game tomorrow, we must remind you that traffic will be heavy around Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Rather than visiting the stadium, our commuter dude is instead taking a walk down memory lane. Jerry, there's a Georgia Avenue and an Auburn Avenue. Where will the celebration be?
Well, let's just put it this way, Francesca. Auburn does have bragging rights right now. So I guess since they won the last game, yeah, we're on Auburn Avenue right this minute. But
welcome back. The time is 5:23. New and alarming claims about North Korea's most powerful missile to date. There's now claims that the weapon could reach Washington, D.C. Liza Lucas is following this from the 11 Alive Bridge. Liza, this is all coming from officials in South Korea.
That's right. The Defense Ministry coming out with a...
Jennifer, thank you. A sigh of relief coming from a Roswell family this morning. A teenager who was missing for weeks is now back at home. Roswell police say they found 15-year-old Salma Bunajera yesterday. She was missing since November 10th. Investigators are not saying much about how they tracked her down. They did say a suspect in the case was arrested. College football fans are pouring into Atlanta this weekend for the SEC championship game. The Georgia Bulldogs are facing the Auburn Tigers tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is a rematch from nearly 3 weeks ago where the Tigers got away with the win. Of course, Dogs fans are hoping for a different outcome this time. Stay with 11 Alive throughout the weekend for full coverage of the big game. American Airlines working through issues stemming from a computer glitch. Officials say they gave too many pilots vacation during Christmas. Liza Lucas following this from the 11 Alive Bridge. Liza, American Airlines employees are tweeting overnight trying to answer all these questions. Breaking overnight, a college student is fighting for his life after being shot near Clark Atlanta's campus. It happened just after midnight on Beckwith Street Southwest. Authorities say the student was inside a rooming house when a man walked in and shot him in the stomach. The student was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police have not yet released any suspects' information. A Polk County assistant principal is facing charges accused of dragging a third grader across a room, leaving the child with extensive burns. Matthew Johnson, seen there, is charged with felony cruelty to children, battery, and reckless conduct. Police say the incident happened earlier this month when the child was brought to Johnson's office at Youngs Grove Elementary School to be disciplined. He is now on administrative leave. This morning, family and friends of a beloved crossing guard continue to remember a life lost too soon. Edna Ume was hit and killed while she was working at Lindley Middle School in Cobb County yesterday morning. Police say an impatient driver is to blame for her senseless death. We're told he will likely face charges based on the preliminary report. Jurors in California found a Mexican man not guilty of murder in the killing of a woman on a San Francisco pier. This case sparked national debates about illegal immigration and sanctuary cities. Liza Lucas is at the bridge following this story. And Liza, this is a case that caught the eye of the president.
Yes, he's followed this from quite some time. He was tweeting overnight about the verdict, calling it, quote, a disgraceful one. Now, we want to take you back for a little background on this case. The shooting of Kate Steinle came during the presidential primary campaign in 2015. The president at the time using the case to push for a wall on the Mexican border. Now, Jose Garcia Zarate had been deported 5 times and was wanted for a 6th deportation when Steinle was fatally shot in the back while walking on the pier. He maintains that the shooting was accidental. A jury did charge him with up to 3 years for illegal firearm possession. We'll continue to follow the president's reactions here at the bridge.
Another day and still no vote on the Senate GOP tax reform bill. The vote was tripped up last night by an amendment that would greatly increase the federal budget deficit. A nonpartisan analysis shows the tax overhaul would raise the deficit by $1 trillion. So now Senate Republicans are making major changes to include rolling back some of the tax cuts after 6 years. A vote could come as soon as this morning, but it's not likely since some Republicans are still not on board. A rare 4.1 magnitude earthquake rocks the East Coast. Millions of people felt the quake yesterday. It was centered about 6 miles northeast of Dover, Delaware. This is video from inside of a home about 50 miles away from Dover. You can see the camera just shaking there. There's been no reports of any injuries or serious damage. The last significant earthquake to rumble the East Coast happened in August of 2011. And tomorrow is the big day for all of you Dogs fans. UGA plays Auburn in the SEC title game Saturday. This is the Bulldogs' first SEC championship game since the infamous 2012 thriller against Alabama kicks off at 4 p.m. inside the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And if you're looking for a ticket, that's fine. It'll just cost you about $500 for a seat. Let's go ahead and kick it to Deidre. Deidre, what's going on with traffic outside?